Welcome, audience. Today we've got a new guest on our show. Her name is Courtney Lemmert, and we're going to just explore her life and what her needs are. And she's currently busy with a script that she wants to turn into an animation. And she will also, at the end of this video, require our help in getting fruition in this animation that she wants to produce. Good morning, Courtney. How are you?
Good morning to you, and good morning to the viewers. I'm well, thank you.
Oh, fantastic. Courtney, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where were you born, where you grew up, and how it came to be that you created the script, and what is your intention with the script? What do you want to achieve with it, and what audience do you want to reach with it?
Okay. I was born in Somerset West, Washington Holland Hospital, and I'm a born and bred Cape Townian. That's just a little bit about myself. Who is Courtney really? That's a difficult question to answer. I am someone that loves animation. I'm someone that loves my culture, as I come from the Khoi culture. I am someone that loves people and working with people as well. So that is a little bit about myself, and how I came about the story is I believe it was God that's given me this idea, and the idea is to promote the beauty within our culture. I want to show the beauty within our culture. I want to show our culture, because not a lot of people know about the Khoi culture as well. So my animation that I would like to create is a story. The story's name is Khoi, the Ancient Warrior, and it's a story about a strong woman that goes on a quest, and a lot of interesting things happen. There's also the evil side that tries and attack her, and to make a long story short, I think it's an interesting story.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about this adventure without divulging too much. We obviously want the people to watch the animation and get. Did you retrieve any of your stories of the Khoi? Is it a fiction, a complete fiction, or is it based on truth?
I'd say fiction because it's based on a little bit of truth, because I wanted to be authentic to our culture and some of our the ceremonies that we have within our culture, that I want to put today. But it's also fiction as well, because it's animation, it's a story, it's for the youth, it's for the young kids. So, yeah.
All right. And tell us quickly, what is your role within the Khoi culture? How did you, obviously through your parentage, how did you and what role do you play in the Khoi movement at the moment? Do you have any links to them? Are you actively involved? Do you want to get the Khoi movement back to a level where people can recognize the Khoi culture again?
Yes, definitely. How I got involved with the Khoi movement is my mother is Amanda Lewis Stone, the artist, the Khoi, and I have seen her singing since '94, and I've seen her singing at different organizations, Khoi organizations, Khoi functions, where the discussions is there how to move our culture and our people forward. So it has been something that I've been immersed in, and I've seen, and I've been a part of it, and I want to assist as well. So I'm someone that talks to the youth about who we are, where we come from, and I'm also someone that I am active in the communities, because I like to tell them, I like to tell the people in our communities who we are and where we come from, and stories, and I tell them about our heritage that a lot of our youth don't know about.
Okay. Do you think that it will be, with this idea that you have, that one actually need to get to government where they also say, listen, we need to get some museums or some heritage type of thing where we can see where the Khoi people come from? Because often we hear the Khoi, and especially recently we've suddenly heard that the Khoi and the San existed. You know, prior to this, the Khois and in our history, they say history is written by the victors. And the people that's victorious, they portray themselves as heroes. And often the Khoi people was at the back end of this. You know, they never got recognition. The land was stolen, the land was taken off, it was given to other people. How do you feel about that statement? Do you think that later we can maybe, within the Khoi movement and within the leadership of the Khoi movement, maybe approach government and say, listen, we need something bigger, we need a museum, or we need something where we can address this need for people to see exactly where they come from, and specifically our Khoi people?
Yes, I definitely agree with what you're saying. We do need to become more visible, so the museum is a really good idea that you've just mentioned. I believe there's a lot of things that are lacking within our communities and within the Khoisan community specifically. One of the things, there are not a lot of monuments or memorabilia to the people that have struggled, and the Khoisan people and the so-called colored people that have struggled and fought in the apartheid as well. There's little known from them. One thing that I also would like us to is to excuse me, I'm just thinking, the things that we are dealing with in the Khoisan culture, a lot of our people feel marginalized as well, and they feel like they are not being recognized, and I would like us to get opportunities to them. So if different platforms can be opened where opportunities are brought to the Khoi youth, it will, I'm
For it.
I'm for it.
Excellent, excellent. And in fact, it reaches out, and you've mentioned a couple of things now, is where the youth has been untold their histories. Their histories have gone astray. So we've got this modern world now, and we're living up to modern expectations. But yet our culture has suffered. You know, people don't know where they come from. And often, and you mentioned it, I hate the word colored, but I say the so-called colored or the so-called brown people have lost their identity often, because people don't know what to reach out for. They've mixed, they think they part white, part black. They don't really know where they fit in. And part of the Khoisan movement and the Khoi people is to get that history back to them, that unremembered history that we so often hear about. And I admire you for taking this step to say, listen, I've got a story to tell. Let's put it in something that children and even big people can understand, because it's visual. We don't need to read and write books about it, because often a lot of our peoples can't even read and write because they've been deprived of the education as well. So part of this thing that you're busy with is to actually educate as well, and that is a fantastic, fantastic thing. Tell us a little bit, just go into it without, like I said, divulging too much about the story. Tell us the main characters. Like you mentioned, there's a little bit of an evil one, a demon type of thing, or whatever you're going to call it. But tell us a little bit about, get us excited about the story, that we want to get it out there and get it to the people.
Yes, so I'm really excited about my story, and hopefully I would like the viewers to be excited as well. Like I said, the story's name is Khoi the Ancient Warrior. And Khoi is the daughter of Paramount Chief Khoi and the head woman Kwena. So that is her. And then I have delved into the Khoisan mythology as well. So in the Khoisan mythology, there is a story of a praying mantis. He's the trickster, and he's a shapeshifter as well. So he's also in the story. And there's another Khoisan story, ancient Khoisan story, where there is a demon-like creature. His name is the Agamuga. So I combined different parts on different stories within the Khoisan culture that I've researched and investigated, and I've almost like smudged them all together in one story.
It sounds very, very interesting, I must say.
Yeah.
I'm excited already. I hope our viewers can be excited as well.
Yeah.
No, excellent, excellent, excellent. I love the concept, and I love the fact that you've done a little bit of research on it. So it's just not, like you mentioned, it's just not fiction. It is fiction. It's a story that you tell, but it's a bit of the mythology of the Khoi people. It's where they come from, who they are, and you can relate. The people that are Khoi maybe can relate to some of these stories. Courtney, I know that you found some difficulty getting this thing out there. We know that you're struggling a bit with finance because these things cost a lot of money. I know you mentioned earlier offline that a page sometimes to edit or to even animate costs in excess of 1,200 Rand per page. And that's the cheap people, you know.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about that story and who you reached out to, who didn't help you, and who the people are that actually assisted you, but yet you still need some funds that you need to actually bring this project of yours to fruition. Can you just sort of elaborate a little bit on that for us?
So me personally, I come from underprivileged circumstances. I mean, I live in an RDP house. I'm also struggling. I'm a single
Mom.
parent. And I'm also struggling because I have it's something that I'm struggling with. I'm struggling to be open about it. I have a disorder, a chronic illness. But I decided I did not want this to stop me or to stop me from reaching my dream. I decided to push forward with all this adversity that I have in front of me. And now another obstacle that I have is the finances that you just brought up. I am not someone that studied animation. I am not a writer per se. I am an aspiring writer. And I'm trying to get my story out there, and I'm trying with the help of the viewers and also with the help of my community to get to where I need to be. I currently need help with funding, and because I have to get the script, I have to pay the script writer because I'm in the developmental phase of my animation. So that is one of the things. The people that have assisted me, there has been a few people that have given donations as I've sent out the broadcast. Not much, small donations, and the amount that I need is quite substantial. So I would like the viewers' assistance.
Sorry, just to intervene. Just give us the amount, if or you're getting there still. Maybe I'm intercepting a little bit early, but maybe just tell the viewers exactly the cost involved as well. And like you mentioned before, how they derive at the cost, and also who the people are that is assisting you in this purpose now that you're busy with.
Okay, so the amount that I need is about plus minus 15,000 Rand, and I've decided to go the group funding route. And the people that I'm working with is a scriptwriter by the name of Siobhan Boros, and I'm also working with an illustrator by the name of Kudzai. And so that is the two people that I need the money for at this time. And then hopefully once the scriptwriter has put my package together, we'll take it to a production company, and then the next level is we'll take it to an animation studio. So that is actually what I need the funding for at this time.
Okay. I just wanted to mention to you, we did sort of put this out there on the Unsung Heroes group, and somebody came forward and they said the state has bursaries or grants that they give out to aspiring young artists like yourself. So we're hoping that somebody that is listening, maybe a minister or a MP or anybody that has knowledge of the grants and the grant systems and how to access these grants. You know, often we hear about this grant and we hear about grants for the arts and for artists and the musical artists, the painting artists, but we never get to see the money. So if anybody, any of our viewers knows how to access these funds and can actually help us get the funds. You know, sometimes you even fill out these forms and it just gets lost in the system. So we're hoping that our viewers, besides the fact that they will be generous and come out and come help our aspiring and artists, real artists off the ground that can actually tell the real stories, and you, I see, is one of those people that I can see your heart is in it, and the story comes straight from your heart. With all your adversities, you've managed to come and still be able to do this for us, and we thank you for that. Courtney, just on that, can you give us, I know that you guys belong to an organization, you can just mention the name for me, and then also give out the details of that organization. I know it's an NPO, and give us the banking number, the people that they can contact, yourself, including your phone number, and I think your mom's the curator of this NPO, maybe her number as well, and then we'll see where we go with this. I'm going to obviously publish this soon, and we hope that our viewers will be kind and they will open up their pockets and their hearts for you, because this is a brilliant project that you're busy with. We need more people like you, and we need to encourage more people like you.
So the organization is the Dove Heritage Gateway NPO. It's an organization that helps uplift the Khoi youth within the communities, helping them with different projects. If you have a project, and then they'll try and assist and get you to the next step. So the organization's email address is dhgorganization@gmail.com, and the number of the chief director is 063 013 1256. And then if people want to get in contact with me specifically to try and donate, or just if they want to know more about the story or how they can assist me, my number is 073 638 8453.
Excellent. Tell us, just before we sort of close or cut off, do you have any other projects that you have in mind? Do you plan to do any other major things in your life, turnarounds or anything, or just yourself? What do you see for yourself as the future? And also just mention to me who your inspiration was in life, and what you intend to going further. What did you intend be for the Khoi people?
Okay, just to sum it all up, my inspiration is my mother. She's been singing in the within the Khoi communities and governmental functions for years, and I see her as an activist singer. She sings about things that actually matter. And I saw her as a strong woman. I still see her as a strong woman. And I saw how she was fighting for a dream to become a reality. And she is slowly but surely being known within our communities, and that is what I want to be. I want to be known as well, with my story, with my pursuit for the animation. And I'm just excited about this project. I feel like it can do good for our community. I'm excited that we can show the world who we are, and it's a very, how can I say, it's not a lot of people know about us and our beautiful culture, and we are the first nation in the world. It's like we are like this tiny beautiful secret, and I think it's time the world knows about us.
Wakes up to the Khoi.
Yes.
I love it, and I hope people like Netflix and Showmax and all these other production companies can actually get hold of this, because there's a story to tell. If you take Mulan and all these Disney stories, it is all based on cultures that no longer exist, and stories that have been told that the people didn't get recognition for, So this is one of those stories, and we hope people can maybe see this and say, this is something that we can maybe even make money out of in a sense, and you can make money out of it as well, So let's hope, let's keep our fingers crossed, and we will get there. Thank you so much, Courtney, for coming. I love the interview. It is very touching, and I can see it comes straight from the heart. It's from the soul, and that we hope that our audience would be kind and even donate whatever they can. We don't ask, I don't know. I'm just saying, if it's a 10 Rand or 100 Rand or 200 Rand or 20,000 Rand, people come out and help this beautiful young lady. She's got a fantastic idea, and we hope and pray for all success in her endeavors. Thank you so much, Courtney.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. Thank you.